things up and makes the scoring kind of interesting. It also makes the racing pretty interesting, as a lot of folks get a lot of spotlight shown upon them.
That's the idea of this class anyways, Rodney. Get some light shined upon you, and you're going to see varied guys up front. You're going to see different guys get starts. You're going to see different guys finish up front as well in these classes, and a lot of variables, as you said. And oh my goodness, like we see riders going down here, you're going to see possibly a few more mistakes in this class, and riders just keep stacking up all the way through that short chute.
Dominic Buscher gets the Stay 6 Stability Cycle Whole Shot Award here in the 250C Junior 12 to 17 limited class, riding aboard that 52 machine. And of course, things getting sorted out as our riders make their way through the 10 Commandments. And as we head and roll into Storyland, we'll start getting it all sorted out. These guys all trying to get in the same line at the same time. It's getting a little bit tight out there in this 250C Junior class.
That shot never gets old either. The first lap of the 10 Commandments, that shot never gets old. 40 bikes coming through the 10 Commandments, and there's not any open line to be seen.
Wow, a lot of jockeying for position, a lot of different line choices, riders being forced out of their original lines as they make their way through that far-reaching turn out there in Storyland and back towards the old waterworks in front of now the Monster Energy viewing deck over the Yamaha Mountain. We head into the twisties and find our way into the heart of this Loretta Lynn race course. Up and over the step up and over the Kawasaki Camelback. We roll into the roller section, this big sandy sweeper. It's a rolling turn now, and it's still Dominic Buscher out front. The battle's behind him. There's the Moto 1 winner back in the, I believe, number 3 spot.
Yeah, there we go.
The 49 machine opening up in a second place position. Tucker Nelson finished 16th in Moto number 1 as we roll across the stripe for one lap complete here at Loretta Lynn's for Moto 2 of this 250C Junior 12 to 17 limited. Buscher, Nelson, Mike Yoder, the 38 now third as he gets around Bender in that final turn. Then there's Peyton Morningstar out of Canada on the 92. The 99 of Cameron Keskies in 6th. Avery Bryant in 7th. Kyle Skillman is 8th. 9th, Connor Stiles. Tate Elliott rounds out your top 10. And the battle is on right now. It looks like for that second place position as Tucker Nelson under all kinds of fire from Yoder and Bender, the 38 and the 39, as they come out of whole shot forest now and down the short chutes.
I got to tell you, Rodney, impressed right now with Nelson and Yoker getting up there trying to make something happen. And Bender back there on that 39 Honda, he is pushing right now. Somewhere around that 7th or 8th spot, came through around that first turn and has pushed himself up into that number 4 spot here at the end of 1. And as they start to sort themselves out through the 10 Commandments, keep an eye on that number 39 machine. That Dakota Bender trying to make some moves. Looks like he was able to pick up a little distance there. Whoa, feet off the pegs for Mike Yoker on that 38 machine. Lucky he didn't go down. And look at this, digging in just about. Actually, that was Tucker Nelson with the feet off the pegs, and Mike Yoker getting hung up in the corner.
Well, Buscher, Nelson, Yoker, Benders, the way they came through at the end of the first lap as we near the completion of lap 2 coming through the Monster Energy sweeper turn. We see that Buscher is still your leader, but that second, third, fourth place positions continue to jockey just that right there. New position change there for a new second place position. I believe that is Nelson back into the number 2 spot. And now here comes Bender from the outside trying to regain the position, and side by side over the step up. They step up and over the Kawasaki Camelback into the rollers. They're side by side down here in the sand turn, and they're nearly elbow to elbow. Looks like the 39 machine of Bender is going to have the inside line advantage down here in the Bermuda Triangle, and Bender takes over the second place position now as Tucker Nelson drops off to spot number 3. Fourth place position, still the 38 of Mike Yoder. And here comes another strong battle. It is Peyton Morningstar and Cameron Keskies nearly nose to tail as they come by. The clock says .320, but I'm telling you, it's closer than that as they round the billboard on the Kawasaki. Morningstar goes to the inside. To the outside goes Keskies as they battle it out past the Yamaha Mechanics area. I believe that Morningstar gets a little bit of a break there. Back up front now as we check in with the racing action. Buscher, Bender, Nelson, Yoker, your top 4 as they head into the 10 Commandments now. Yeah,
Morningstar coming through there, coming to us from Canada, and really picked up the pace. Had our eyes on that number 39 of Bender. We saw that one start to happen. But right now, Peyton Morningstar really starting to put it together.
Well, Morningstar, I believe, may have just, well, is that Keskies? I couldn't tell if that was a 99 or not. That is the 92 right there we're looking at. Peyton Morningstar, but I believe that maybe Keskies or Bryant might have been able to sneak up and around. We'll double check this as they get a little closer now and make their way out of that Storyland area.
Yeah, trying to get a visual on there.
Well, Morningstar is right behind the 38, so he's still holding steady in that 5th place position. So he was.
I believe he was 6th in the first moto. Yeah. Yep, 6th place.
6th place. So he starts out this second moto a little bit stronger here as we roll toward the halfway point of this one. Again, remember, this is a 15-minute moto rather than a 20-minute moto. We're turning a little over 2 minutes a lap. So
I told you Bender was on the move, man. Look at this.
Wow, as they come into the sweeper turn right in front of the announcer's tower past Polysport Beach. He is about 3 bike lengths behind, heading into the Bermuda Triangle of turns, the final turn, and nearly elbow to elbow as they come around that turn. But looks like Butcher still got the slight advantage as he's got first line choice coming in and out of those turns around the track. Defense mode definitely, but he's got his line into the fastest turns. Here we go around the billboard. This could change here.
Yeah, Bender just stalking him. Just about a little better than a full second quicker last lap was Bender. Bender coming out of here with a moto win in moto number 1. So wants to back that up, wants to go into this final one, Rodney, with a 1-1. Nothing like having a couple wins in your pocket as you go into that final championship round.
No doubt about that, and it's not over yet. They still continue to wage war out here as we head down the short chutes into the 10 Commandments, still battling for that number 1 position. Butcher still with the advantage, but here comes Bender. Will he make it happen? He's got a great line coming out of the 10 Commandments. He's got a good momentum heading around that outside. Let's see what happens as they lay it down heading into Storyland now.
Yeah, Bender choosing to go the outside, but just a little bit long. He had that momentum, Rodney. He had the speed, but I tell you what, take a look at Butcher, man, riding real defensive. But Katie barred the door right now. The number 39's coming through.
Wow.
Back up front one more time, and look at this. Instantly put 8 bike lengths on. Didn't set him up, just simply rode around him.
He did. He came in. He had his line choice, and he basically had him set up. He had that inside line, and of course Butcher trying to go outside. I know he was thinking trying to use that momentum, but the short way through that one certainly worked and paid bigger dividends for Dakota Bender as he takes over the number 1 spot. Dominic Butcher now in the number 2 spot, but this may not be over just yet. No. Here's the next battle coming up. Nelson and Yoder battling for that number 3 position now. Yoder is reeled in and right up on the rear wheel of the 49 machine, and this is about as tight as this battle has been all moto long. They did get a little bit of a break for a lap or so, but they are right back at it now. And I believe they may have been watching the battle between Butcher and Bender to see what was going on there. To be honest with you, we were all kind of intrigued by that one, I think. And here comes Morningstar also, that 5th place position rider and this moto, finishing 6th in moto number 1. He is actually reeling in Yoker. Yoker is starting to fade back from Nelson now, and we may see the battle for 4th rather than for 3rd. This may be a big break for Tucker Nelson.
Absolutely be a big break for Tucker Nelson if that were to happen. If I remember, Peyton Morningstar not getting such a good finish in the first one because his start wasn't so good. But holy cow, here he is moving to the front. And look at this, little man Tate Elliott was in 11th place on lap number 1. Look at this, biggest guy on the track out there has put himself into the 6th position right now on the number 37 KTM, Tate Elliott.
Aiden Kiefer, whom, if memory serves me correct, worked his way up through the pack in moto number 1, having to do the same thing this time around. He finished 3rd in that first moto on the 71 Honda. He is currently running in the number 10 spot. Another rider will be keeping a close eye on. He is running a 209 back there in the 10th place position, but he's also in some thick traffic, also running in the 209 range. We'll keep an eye out there. Leaders right now, 2:04.4 for Dakota Bender. Last time around, that's his fastest lap of the moto on lap number 4. Dominic Butcher at 2:07.233. his fastest on lap number 4 also, and hard to believe that Bender, well, that explains why that gap opened up so quickly there between first and second. This one, here it is Morningstar up around Yoker. We saw that battle waging, and we saw it developing, and now it is developing for that third place position as Tucker Nelson under pressure and trying to fire back right now is Mike Yoker, but Morningstar not having anything to do with it as his sights are set on third, and Tucker Nelson, as they come 3 wide through the twisties and heading up and over that step up and over, and now into the Kawasaki Camelback. Look at this. They're
Holy cow,
wow.
Rodney. Tucker Nelson about to become a victim, I think, of this battle.
He is, and Morningstar making the pass now as he makes his way around and grabs that inside line coming out of Bermuda Triangle and headed toward the finish line. He'll check in lap number 5, moving from 5th to 3rd place.
Yeah, he gets him twofer on that one, man. He put in the work right there, really set himself up in good position, and like you said, comes from 5th to 3rd in a matter of a couple corners.
Tucker Nelson running in the number 4 spot with Mike Yoker in 5th. Tate Elliott is 6th. Easton Block in 7th. Avery Bryant now 8th. Braden Elamar in 9th. Kyle Skillman rounds out your top 10. Aiden Kiefer drops now to the number 11 spot with a 2:10 lap time.
Holy cow. I mean, shaking it up right here, Rodney. Out front, Dakota Bender still has about that 3.5-second lead, but I tell you, right behind him, there are battles all the way back in through that top 15.
I know another rider we're looking for and haven't seen a lot out of, a top 5 finisher from Moto number 1. He actually finished 4th in the first Moto. Talking about the number 11 of Passion Cross all the way back in 37th place position. Must have been one of those riders that got caught up in some of those bobbles in some of those tight turns, well, out in the short chutes and different places like that where folks were getting tangled up.
Yeah, just on the first couple laps, easily a dozen riders down in 2 different incidents right there. And boy, oh boy, when you pick yourself up that far back early like that, it's really tough.
Well, Bender's still out front. Butcher, Morningstar. Now we'll see if Morningstar is able to maybe chip away at that gap of 6 seconds between himself and second place. Impressively, Morningstar riding here in Moto number 2. Not sure and can't recall what happened to him in Moto number 1. Thinking that he also maybe got off to a sluggish start and had to work his way up through the pack. But funny how the tides have turned for some of these riders out here in the second Moto. Gate choice may have a little bit to do with that also. But again, those second Moto jitters are still out there, and some of these guys are going for broke if they didn't finish well in that first Moto. So things can sometimes get a little hairy and scary. White flag out on this one. Looks like I best be heading on out, Megawatt. We'll head down to the podium and check in with our top 3.
Well, as that stands right now, that looks like that may be Bender, Butcher, and Morningstar. And great ride by Morningstar, as we said, getting a little bit of a bad start in that first Moto, bringing himself up, I believe, into the 6th position. But right now, sitting in a podium position. Taking a look, our leaders should be working their way back into view now, coming around the front the rear section of the track, working their way back into the front. Looking for that 39 machine, looking for that Honda Dakota Bender. Bender taking the Bender taking the early lead in this one and putting himself out to about a 6-second lead. Dominic Busher, of course.
Check.
Dominic Busher, of course, moving himself into that number 2 position. And again, that number 92, Peyton Morningstar. Peyton Morningstar really pushing through the pack, not getting the best of starts, a little better than he did last Moto, and able to salvage a podium out of it here in Moto number 2. Race number 20, that's our 250C Junior. Race number 20 coming to a close right now. Coming up next, race number 21, that's going to be our 450B Limited. 450B Limited coming up next. White flag continues to fly. Leader, there's our leaders coming into view back there in the back. There comes the number 39 machine right now, Dakota Bender, up and over Mount Yamaha. Picking up actually a little extra real estate on that final lap and working his way through right now. There comes your leader around the pond. With the checkered flag out, it is Bender, Buscher, Morningstar, and Yoker. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Race number 20, 250C. Dakota Bender putting in the work. Just about 7 seconds there at the end. Dominic Buscher really hanging tough in that second position most of this race, and always racing forward and not worried about what was happening behind him, because there was a lot of action between Morningstar, Yoker, and Nelson. Tate Elliott hanging in for a great finish right here, coming through in the 6th position. So Tate able to improve his position as well. Everybody getting sorted down there on the podium right now. Rodney going to bring us the interview. He's going to talk to Bender, Buscher, and Morningstar.
Well, down here at the podium, you are correct, Megawatt Nat Watson, as Dakota Bender tries to collect himself after a hard-fought 250C Junior 12-17 limited win. His second of the week in this class. Consistency certainly weighing in his favor after 2 motos complete. So put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Second moto win for Dakota Bender. Dakota, good job, buddy.
Thank you.
That was, you got off to a decent start, man, but you really had your work cut out for you those first couple of laps.
Yeah, it was an okay start. I made a little mistake couple first laps, but I was able to regroup and get it back together to get the win.
Well, I tell you what, the pass you made very, very well executed back there, and I mean, it was like you clicked it up a gear after you went by and found some pretty fast laps out there. It was a lot of fun to watch. I know this is what you hope to do for Moto number 3, and just wondering, man, is this the consistency that you expected to have when you came to Loretta's this year?
Yeah, I expected to be up front. I had a little bit of bad luck in 250C. I got a really bad start and got tangled up in the pile lock, and didn't have the motos I expected there, but
kind of
I'm happy for this class.
Yeah, redemption, no doubt about it, makes it very nice, buddy. Who do you want to say thanks to?
I got to thank my mom, my dad, my trainer Kyle, O'Neill, TBT, Bell, 100%, and everyone else. Thank you so much. The kamikazes, the Clayton parents and their whole family for helping us so much. We would be pretty much lost without them. We'd probably still be in the parking lot trying to find out how to get here.
It's good to have some folks on your side. Dakota Bender, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
All right, coming up next, second place position. Let's bring Dominic Buscher up here out of Liberty Hill, Texas. Got the whole shot, and he's going to pick himself up a silver medal in this one now, as he's over chit-chatting with all the folks, congratulating him. We also got Peyton Morningstar will be bringing over for third place position, but here comes Dominic Buscher, ladies and gentlemen, the number 52, finishing up second place in this moto. He's going 2-2 so far for the championship. Yeah, go ahead and grab that, Dom. Good ride, buddy. Good start, man. You was laying down the law right there from the beginning. You was letting everybody know you wanted it, man. Talk about it.
Just had to ride my own race from there. When I got past, made a couple mistakes and just held it on, though.
There you go. So everything going according to plan for you so far this week?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Awesome, buddy. Who do you want to say thanks to?
Grandma, Grandpa, Mika Metals, Dunlop, Moto D, Easy Designs, Tapped House, and everyone else. Thank you.
There you go. Dominic Buscher, ladies and gentlemen, ripping the whole shot, and second place, 2-2 going into Moto number 3 here. And of course, riding the wheels off this one in Moto number 2. Decent start, had to work his way up into a third place position. How about it for the number 92 for third place in Moto Bronze to Peyton Morningstar. Peyton in the entourage making his way onto the podium here. And Peyton, dude, I got to say, you kind of caught my attention out there in Moto number 1. You got a decent ride in Moto 1. I mean, the decent finish when it was all said and done, but this was the Moto you was looking for, I think.
Yeah, just trying to stay consistent. Had a rough Moto a couple Motos ago, crashed pretty hard, but just got back on the bike, motivated again, ready to go.
How's this make you feel heading into Moto 3?
Feel pretty good. Really, just stay consistent, top 3 every time, and I'm fine with that.
All righty, man. Congratulations to you on a great run. Who do you want to say thanks to?
Pirelli Tires, Privateer Connection, my mom, my dad, my sister back home, everyone in New York State cheering me on, Club MX for helping me out the past couple months, and everyone else, thank you.
There you go. New York's a big state. Got a lot of fans up there. Peyton Morningstar, ladies.